This is a little different now. Now you're talking about sneaky, dirty, underhanded people that want to kill our civilians. They want to go after our civilians. They want to kill not only our civilians, all over the world. And it's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. Somebody criticized me the other day because they asked me what I'd do, and I said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
Because they say that his language about the Muslim world is God's gift to ISIS recruiters. ISIS is actually rooting for Donald Trump to be president.
Well, we see that happening in Ramadi.
The other thing is with the terrorists, you have to take out their families. When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families.
What?
They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself. But they say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their families.
ISIS is actually rooting for Donald Trump to be president because he really is there. It gives them an ability to recruit. That is a danger.
Absolutely. Remember when Donald Trump was elected, you had ISIS controlling the size of territory bigger than the state of Indiana. Now the caliphate is wiped out, the leader of ISIS dead, the second in command dead, heck, killing the terrorists that were causing so much harm to the globe, and we're a better planet for it.
I believe it's hurting this country. I believe it is actually fomenting the growth of ISIL. Donald Trump could be a recruitment poster for ISIL.
When we came into office, ISIS was running rampant all over Iraq and Syria, and we knocked out the 100% of the ISIS caliphate. But the Obama administration did a very, very poor job. They were running rampant all over.
He is becoming ISIS's best recruiter. They are going to people showing videos of Donald Trump insulting Islam and Muslims in order to recruit more radical jihadists.
That claim made during Saturday's debate, but there's no evidence to back it up.
PolitiFact has this as false, right?
Yeah, and I think fact checkers across the board from the New York Times to PolitiFact have all said that there's absolutely no evidence that ISIS has used Donald Trump's words in a recruitment video.
The president should stay in his lane and listen to the military, and now he's saying we're going to keep troops in Iraq to protect the oil fields, and we're going to take the oil. That's like putting up a 500-foot banner, a recruiting banner for ISIS. I mean, he just doesn't seem to understand anything about foreign policy. And what do we do from here?
Very clear statements by ISIS leaders essentially throwing whatever support they have to Donald Trump.
It should be formally announced sometime, probably next week, that we will have 100% of the caliphate.
Again, Hillary embarrassed herself, not just in making these false claims, but in saying them in the way that, you know, that a 12-year-old would.
We'll wait and see what he says today. But, you know, sometimes he says he won't tell anyone what he'll do because he wants to keep his plan, quote, secret. And then it turns out the secret is he has no plan.
The ISIS caliphate has been decimated. Nobody thought it was possible to do it this quickly.
Don't understand how he doesn't understand anything about foreign policy.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Do you still feel like you know more about ISIS than the generals?
Well, they don't know much because they're not winning. That I can tell you.
When you hear those comments played for you again, what comes to mind?
Well, just appalling arrogance and portraying himself as a stable genius and all that sort of thing.
Western civilization, the United States, and I think we're actually playing into it when they hear Trump's rhetoric.
Here now is retired Lieutenant General Jerry Boykin. General Boykin, nice to see you, sir. How much of this do you attribute to President Trump's fight to win policy and his policy for fighting ISIS in Iraq and Syria?
Well, I don't think that you would see any of this happening had it not been for President Trump coming on the scene as the commander-in-chief. Look, he has given our military not only the equipment that they need, such as the aircraft for bombing and the artillery to also be used for the same purposes, but he's given them a new set of rules of engagement and allowed the commanders on the ground to actually pursue ISIS. He understands the concept of winning the fight, which is something the previous administration never could get their arms around.
I have a message for the terrorists trying to kill our people, our citizens, trying to hurt the world, but trying to hurt the United States. We will find you, we will destroy you, and we will win.
ISIS is going to be around when the next woman takes the oath of the presidency. ISIS is going to be around, and they're going to be fighting us and maybe beheading our people, and it's going to be going on. There's no way to eradicate them. Certainly, we're going to have to deal with the problems of the Middle East forever.
Well, I'm back. This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me. I say